Well, my granddaddy was a good man, no matter what the papers say. He worked till he bled for everything he had, brought us up to do the same. One afternoon in June, they had us working just like a couple mules.
Hey, Zach in the shop, Sunday, I think it's October 27th. Anyways, it's that time of year. ZMF November is coming up. Just have a lot of finishing work to get done. You know, there's a few of us who do it here, but one of the best ways to get ahead is just do it Sunday when nobody's around. Kind of like that when I can just focus on the finishing and stuff. So gonna gather some cups and throw them in the booth here. Start to get some spraying done. But yeah, today we're gonna focus on one of the fun things is some of these resin flake and stabilized sets. I really like doing these. Figured I'd kind of show you how I go about that with some of the new closed models. See, I finished the inside of the cup with that mottled texture to give it this look. And it turns out really nice because it gives like 3 layers of depth. Yeah, first thing I gotta do is get into the sanding room here. The nice thing about the robot, you see these are just robot sanded. They still have to be hand sanded some, but the nice thing about this is I can do some other work while the robot goes and kind of come back. And so I got to get these guys sanded down, pour filled. I'm going to try to get all these finished today. Halfway through my day, maybe been here for, I don't know, 5 hours. And we've got these all sanded. They're nice and smooth now. They got 2 grits off the robot. Gonna throw another batch on there. And I'm all the way to the point with my cups that I finished hand sanding after the robot. And we're gonna go ahead and get the wax out of these. Right there, you can see there's some wax in them. Get them pour filled with various colors of a pre-mixed colored pour filler. And yeah, get them ready for finishing. So. All right, I'm at the point where I've done sanding these bad boys, and I'm gonna go ahead and we gotta put a little resin on the inside of the cups. The issue is that without the resin on the inside, you'll see right through them, kind of see. All right, I got these 4 cups we're gonna be doing, different colors. I've got my diamond glitter UV resin. That's gonna be the first layer, and then I'm gonna use another UV finish as the second layer. And yeah, let's try some different colors. Alrighty, so we're gonna put the resin in these cups here. And usually I pick something that's a little bit like what we're using, so I'm gonna use this pink color to go inside the cup. And we just kind of like cure it right on the inside of the cup there. And that sets a base layer And we want it to have kind of a mottled look. I think that looks kind of best with these cups. All right, second step, I'm gonna take some clear UV resin and I'm gonna give it a color, and we're gonna go inside the old cup with it. All right, so you can see that the flake right there, this has a gold flake to it. We can see it right there. Try to zoom in. So this guy's got gold flakes on there. I'm gonna try to do a kind of smaller gold flakes on the inside to try to match that. I've got all these different flake colors. I've got a lot of mica powder, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and mix those in there. Okay, see we've got some flakes in there. I'm gonna do a few more. Quite a few flakes in there now, you can kind of see. And now this is going to go as our second layer inside the finish. It's kind of a deep red, and that'll give a lot of texture inside the cup here. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to layer that in like that real quick and get a nice coat. Might need a couple coats here to get this you know, is kind of the depth of color that we want. This is pretty thin finish, so it's not a kind of one and done process. So yeah, you can see the UV's cured this now. You can see on the outside, I probably got to buff down the outside now, but you can see the outside, the light shining through that it's got like all these little textures to it, and it's just when the finish gets on that, I'm just super pumped to see what happens, because I think it's gonna look absolutely sick. All right, I got all the ones finished on the inside with the extra resin layer that I needed to, and so now it's time to really see what happens when we get the finish on them. These ones, so they get the resin on the inside, then they get wiped, then they get sprayed, and then they get wiped again with a couple of various coats. They'll get probably 4 or 5 coats and then buffed out. You can see the opaque ones don't need any of that extra finishing on the inside. So yeah, just really excited to see how these flake ones come out. All right, so we sprayed these, we wiped them a bunch of times, and they still need to be buffed, but you can pretty much see the look to them. You know, maybe I'll try to compare with what they were earlier, but you can see that the final color is really there. And there's like a chatoyance in a way to the way the layering of the different epoxy resins are. You've got the epoxy resin on the outside, the flakes, the gold flakes, and then the 2 different colors and layers on the inside from the clear. So it's, you know, the different kind of, you could kind of see it in different lights. It's going to look different colors. And I'll definitely make sure to, when these are done, come back and highlight some images of these too for the photos that I'll take. And so, yeah, you can see this one, I got kind of a silver flake on the one there on the inside, and then I've got the red on the back, and then you've got the gold flake. So there's just a lot going on. The Buckeye Burl definitely really amazing. It always turns out really good. I believe this one's maple, actually. It might be double stained Buckeye, but I just love the irregularity of the way that wood, the Buckeye, kind of looks like. You get those really cool, like that little part right there, like that's just kind of an edge of the wood, like an underpass, so to speak, of the wood. So just really happy with how these turned out. I feel like I found the code of how to make these look the best they can. And I'm just really enjoying finishing them, making them, and I'm really excited for some of you guys to possibly get them. And, you know, these are a couple Atrium closed here and Caldera closed. So, yeah, I think they're going to be really cool headphones. I'm gonna finish up here in the shop. That was finishing the resin flake stuff from start to finish. I think it's about 8:30 now, so I don't know. It was like a 10-hour day of getting them sanded by the robot, hand sanded, finished at different stages, all while I did, you know, other stuff and everything. I wasn't just doing that, but yeah, long days this time of year, and it's exciting stuff. But ZMF November is the best, and I'm here for you. All right, see you later.